Is expectation. With an urgency or an expectancy to hear from God and to see the face of God and to know that we know that God is going to be here. Amen. See, I want you to understand something. If we come to church, if we walk through those back doors, or front doors, I guess, they're back there, so I call them back there. But if we walk through the doors of this church every Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, and we just walk in, humdrum, and think, well, I'm here, I'm blessing everybody because I'm here, and you pay your little tithes, and you do your duties for God, but you never walk in with a sense of expectancy. Did you know you will probably leave every time just like you came?
That's it. That's the truth.
You may get a little splash from somebody else that walked in expecting. Amen? Some of that glory may splash on you by happenstance or by accident. But the truth of the matter is when people walk in expecting God.
Yes.
That is why, if you ever noticed that when brothers and sisters that preach here, that first time they ever preach, have you ever noticed they look at Teen Challenge on Wednesday nights? You ever notice that? They preach to Teen Challenge, man. You know why? Because Teen Challenge is like a sponge. They come every night expecting.
Yeah.
But we have become so lax. So, kind of, oh, well, it's church. I got to do my part. And we sit in our pews not expecting to hear a prophetic word or not expecting to hear something that is going to change our lives. Not expecting to hear something that if we took to heart, if we really did what was prescribed, it would really make a difference in our lives. We come just sitting there and thinking, well, it's just Pastor Steve up there going, wah, 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 wah.
That's true.
But when we come in expecting and saying, you know what, I know God has got something good planned for us today. I know that Pastor Steve has studied, he's prayed, he's got a word from the Lord, and I know it's going to change my life. If we come in expecting that, listen, that's what you're going to get.
Come on, that's the truth.
But we have to have that expectation. There has to be some form of expectation in our lives. In order for God to make a visitation, we have to expect a visitation. Amen?
Amen. See,
I'm going to tell off on my little darling here right now.
No,
man. When we have visitors coming, and all you ladies do this, I know you do. You can't fool me. But when you have visitors coming, what do? Clean house. I've been accused of running everything in my house. I run the vacuum, I run the dishwasher, I run everything.
Not very often.
But see, what we're doing is we're cleaning house in expectation for somebody to get there.
Right.
In the expectation that they're going to show up. And the worst part is, when you clean your house and they're not reliable and they don't show up. Then you got a clean house and nobody there. It really makes me mad because I had to work. But the truth of the matter is it should be the same manner for us for the expectation of Christ to show up. Amen?
Yes, amen.
That we have the humility, amen. That we have what's the O? Tell me what the O is. Come on, help me out here. The obedience, amen. That we begin to pray, that we begin to have a pure life. What does that mean? Purity. That means to clean up.
Come on, yeah.
With the expectation that we're going to receive a visitation.
Yes,
amen? But we have to expect that. We can't just go through life thinking, well, I'm going to go eat my little apple and I hope the devil don't torment me today. We have to go through life and say, listen, I expect God to do miraculous things in me and through me today.
Yes.
When we walk through the back doors of that church, I don't want you to walk through through the back doors of that church thinking, oh, well, I'm here. Glory be to God. I'm going to go warm this pew up for pastor for an hour and a half. I don't want you to do that. If you want to do that, there's lots of churches you can do that in. But I want you to come in expecting God to move. Amen? I want you to come in expecting the things of God to happen in your life. Amen? Because when we walk in that expectation, the people at Azusa, they walked in humility. Amen? They walked in obedience to the things of God. It didn't matter how old they were. They prayed for the people and watched God do the work. Amen? They began to pray. Sometimes they didn't come in and greet anybody. They didn't say hi to anybody. They walked right down to their bench and they began to pray and seek God's face. They lived a pure life. People knew who they were in the workplace. They knew who they were wherever they went because they were acting different. They didn't smoke, drink, cuss, or chew, and didn't hang out with girls that do.
Come on. Say that.
And last but certainly not least, when they walked into the doors of Azusa Street, they expected God to show up.
Yes.
They expected His presence. Right. Listen, church, this morning, wherever you're at, walk in expectation. Yes. Walk in humility. If God chooses to use you to do something, be humble about it. Yes. Amen? Be humble about it. If God chooses to use you to see somebody healed, do it in humility. Amen? Do it in obedience. I challenge you, be obedient. I challenge you. There's words of knowledge that God has for you. I'll never forget one time, man, God woke me up in the middle of the afternoon. I was taking my Sunday, slumber. And God woke me up with the word fibromyalgia. And I had no clue what that was. I did not know for the life of me what that was. But I came to church that night and it kept running through my mind. And so finally I got up here to the microphone and I said, I just heard the word fibromyalgia. I said, what is it? And Sister Peggy raised her hand and said, I have it. It's something that causes pain, I guess, in your muscles. And I said, come up, sis. God healed her of that day. Amen. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying that we got to be obedient, whatever it is. Right. Obedient to the things of God. Obedient because listen, God is looking for obedient people. He's looking for people that will step out of their comfort zone and be obedient for the things of God. He's looking for a prayerful people. He's looking for people that will pray. If my people who will humble themselves and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Be obedience, right? Obedience. Right. Turn from their wicked ways. Amen? Amen. Humble themselves and pray. Amen. Walk in purity. Amen. And last but certainly not least, expect God to do something.
Yes. Amen.
Amen. Stand to your feet. Amen. I'd like for the ushers to come this morning. We're going to receive communion. I know I preached a little long today. I've been doing that lately. Amen. Did anybody get anything out of this? Amen.